This is Heather Williams reporting from the brand new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Ottawa, where the red carpet has been rolled out in anticipation of today's guitar smashing ceremony to christen the opening of this exciting new venue. Now, this opening has been 7 years in the making, from planning to construction, and it will mark a new era in Ottawa's entertainment scene. There are a lot of VIPs on hand, including Ottawa Mayor Mark Sutcliffe, and special guests all here for the occasion.
Hard Rock brand itself is really interesting. When we opened in the second largest market in America, one of our competitors did a ton of research of why their customers were all going to our place, and they said for the first time in this market, they brought new energy. And I would tell you, I even talked to somebody high up in one of our partners, and they said, boy, you walk in this place and there's just this mojo, this energy that Hard Rock brings, and it comes from the decor, it comes from the memorabilia. So we love Rush, and they're right there at the beginning of our Hard Rock Cafe. And then it's the hospitality, it's the excitement. People who are working for Hard Rock, they have a little bit more giddy up in their step. And we win all these awards for best employers, for new grads, and for diversity, and for women. And I think that's part of it. So if we have happy, excited employees like me, right, serving people and talking to people like you, I think it adds a level of excitement that you don't find sometimes in other properties.
And with a legacy name like the Hard Rock behind a project like this, what do you think is going to be the biggest draw for people of Ottawa to come here, not just people outside of Ottawa?
Sure. So our brand now is in 77 countries. We have over 300 Hard Rocks around the globe. We have 91% awareness of Hard Rock, and in the States, or in the Americas, it's almost 100%. We only have 300 venues. Compared that to McDonald's and Starbucks with 40,000 venues, and it's pretty amazing what our little, small but mighty brand is able to do from an awareness perspective. And that has a brand halo effect. So what happens is people say, I want to go there. Maybe I don't want to gamble, but I'm happy to go there for Avril Lavigne, right, this weekend, or I want to go check out the steakhouse that I hear is really amazing, or I'll just go sit in Hard Rock Cafe, have a messy chicken sandwich, and enjoy the band on Friday night, right? And so there's so many things to do here that you don't have to just come here and gamble to have a great time.
Here we are, Hard Rock Cafe, Casino, and Hotel, finally here. What a long road this has been, though. So 7 years it took. So
a little over that.
From beginning to now, what has the process been like to get here?
Well, obviously when we opened, we created a temporary facility, and that took some time. At the same time preparing for this permanent facility. And then of course COVID hit, and COVID restrictions lasted a little longer in Canada than the US, and then once those restrictions were lifted, travel restrictions were still in place. So we really couldn't even get up here for an extended period of time. So once that was released and we were able to get back up here, we started the planning process, and of course at that point construction costs had escalated, capital markets were difficult, so we had to navigate our way through that. Finally did that, and then started the planning process and trying to stay within a budget, and got the project going, and here we are today.
What benefit is there to having such versatility with the Hard Rock Cafe, Casino, and Hotel?
Well, I think what we like to say is we're an entertainment and hospitality company. We're not just a gaming company. With our competitors really don't emphasize some of the non-gaming things that we do, and we feel that's a part of who we are and what's made us successful. So we'll have amazing restaurants, whatever level that restaurant is at, whether it's our fine dining steak and seafood restaurant, or the casual cafe, or the kind of grab and go in our marketplace. Or eventually we'll have our UU Noodle Bar and restaurant, so we'll have that, and shawarma, so we have some foods that appeal to different folks and different demographics. The entertainment will do the same thing. Many people look at hard rock and think of classic rock or heavy metal rock and maybe stuck in the 80s and the 70s. But that's not who we are. We're we're about all genres of music, and we've certainly partnered with everything from country and Kenny Chesney to rock to blues to comedy, and that's what we'll put here. We'll have all genres of music in Hard Rock Live, which is right behind us here, seating 1,900 with a general admission of about 2,500. But on the stage in Hard Rock Cafe, we will feature local bands and regional bands that are no charge and feature some of the local talent. And then in Council Oak Steak and Seafood Lounge, we have a small stage there, and that'll be more like 1- and 2-piece bands that are a little bit more subdued, so to not influence the diners. But we'll have lots of different entertainment. We can do boxing events, MMA in here, and we'll do all kinds of.
In regards to Canadian culture as well as Seminole culture intertwined, how do you feel about having such a prominent cultural integration through the hard rock, through Canadian culture? Because I know it's more of an American.
You know, it's interesting because, hard rock is not originally American, right?
Right.
It's English. And so when we purchased it, one of the things that we learned from the owners was that how much they related to us as a people, and they liked, for lack of a better term, our vibe, right? And so, our culture is one of taking care of each other, is one of family, it's one of tradition. And I think that that's important, in a lot of, cultures. And I seem to find, if you pull on that thread, you'll find it in a lot of other cultures, so it's pretty shared if you think about it.
This program has been absolutely amazing. I can't believe I saw the tenors. I can't believe the audio visual. The aerial antics, I think that name is right. The red, black cheerleaders. Just a small programming note. Next time, maybe put the politician first before all of that, because those are tough acts to follow. I actually do want to mention a few other politicians that are here with me. Actually, Billy Deneau, if you don't mind standing. He's the parliamentary assistant at the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming. And of course, the local MPP, George DeRoos, the man who doesn't take no for an answer, who's a big fan of the hard rock. Please, George, stand and say hi. And I also want to acknowledge our wonderful CEO of the OLG, Duncan Hannay, who's here, the CEO of the AGCO, Dr. Karen Schnauer, thank you for being here, and of course, our chair of the OLG, Jim Warren. Thanks for being here this afternoon. And I'm gonna call you out, Mayor, on this one, but the last time I visited the city of Ottawa a couple months ago, the mayor booed me. Granted, I was in a Leafs jersey at the game at Canadian Tire Centre, but, Mayor, I'm glad that we're friends again and that we can at least cheer for the Blue Jays together. Go Jays, go. This is a big deal. I'm blown away by the facility itself, the lights, the energy. I know it's been a journey to get here, but this is a massive, massive accomplishment, not just here in the city of Ottawa, but for the province of Ontario. We know gaming is a giant contributor to our economy. I said at the Gaming Summit this year, this is the first time that revenues in gaming will surpass $10 billion. You can clap for that. That's a big deal because that means, of course, hundreds of millions of dollars that go back to the community, back into infrastructure, back into healthcare, all important things that we rely on. That's no different here with Hard Rock in Ottawa. It's the 1,100 jobs, absolutely. It's the contributions back to the community, but it's something also that Holly mentioned and Jeff mentioned. Actually, Jeff, you're American, I take it? Yeah, you nailed it. You said tourism, culture, and gaming. And when the Premier changed this ministry title about a year ago, he made sure that those three things were connected, because it's not just about gaming. There's a culture piece to it, and of course the tourism that this will drive will be massive to the region and to the quality of life for so many. So I think you absolutely got that right, Mr. Hook, and thank you for being here, for the leadership to Hard Rock, to all of you who are making this happen. I do want to say one final thing. I asked Jeff if he was American. How many Americans do we have here today? I want to welcome. I want to deliver a message on behalf of our government, is that you're our friends, you are always welcome here, and you will always be welcome here. And don't know if you know this, but you also get a 40% discount. So spend lots of money while you're here. Thank you very much, everyone. Congratulations again.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. C'est vraiment un plaisir d'être ici aujourd'hui. C'est un honneur. It's great to be here, and I'm joined by my colleagues from Ottawa City Council who are here today. Tim Tierney, Alan Hubley, Steve Desroches, Laura Dudas, Catherine Kitts, David Brown. There might be a few others too, but we're all so proud to join you here today for this very special event. And it's great to welcome Stan Cho back to Ottawa, so much more appropriately dressed this time than the last time. But Stan, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everything you do for our province and for Ottawa. You've done a lot for our city. George, you've been a great champion of this project since day one, and George brought me here not long after I became mayor. In fact, we had dinner here, and he started to share with me the exciting plans that were already unfolding, and it's really great to see this all come to fruition. There are so many community leaders who are here today, so many representatives from across our city, and it's really powerful to see that. This is what happens when the community comes together and makes something really, really special happen. And I want to welcome all the guests who are here today, all of you who are visiting Ottawa. I hope you have a great time in our wonderful and beautiful city. Especially the folks from the Seminole tribe, welcome to you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for choosing Ottawa. I want to thank the leadership of the Hard Rock brand. Jeff, John, thank you for everything you've done. It's been great working with you. And I want to take a second, as George did, to talk about Christine. So Christine's only been here a couple of years, but she has not just been an incredible driver of this project. She has also become such an invaluable member of our community. She's become a community leader in our city. She's become a great partner. She is not just driving this incredible project forward, she's contributing in so many ways to our city. So Christine, thank you for that. And I just want to say to John and Jeff, we're keeping Christine. Just to be clear, you know, she's not going anywhere. We're keeping her here in Ottawa. And Christine, thank you to you and your team for everything you've done. You know, I remember the first time I came on a tour here. I think I did 3 or 4 different tours over the course of many months leading up to today. And you know, it's always great to see a construction project, to see the potential, but then to finally see the vision become reality is so powerful. And we saw that when we were here for the PWHL draft a few days ago, and now today. And you know, I'm not in the construction business, I'm not in the hotel and casino business, but there were times when I was here on the tour and I was thinking to myself, are they really going to open this thing in June and July? It feels like there's still a lot of work to do, but you got it done. You did a great job and you got it done. And I just want to talk for a moment about what this means to our city, what this means to Ottawa. This represents a $370 million investment in our city. That is huge. It is significant. Ce nouvel espace représente un investissement de 370 millions de dollars à Ottawa. And that sends a strong message when a global brand, an international brand like the Hard Rock is investing in Ottawa and seeing potential in Ottawa. That sends a really strong message to the world. And that investment is already having an impact here in our city. 700 new jobs, a total of 1,100 jobs. That's incredible. So I want to say a huge thank you to the Seminole tribe and to the leadership of the Hard Rock for choosing Ottawa, for investing in Ottawa. And thank you for the positive impact that you are having not only on our city, but the entire world. This is also a wonderful new performance space in our community, and Ottawa is a music city. Lots of great things are happening in our city, We're attracting more entertainment to our city all the time, and this is going to be a huge part of that going forward, this wonderful space that we are in today. It's going to bring so much to our community. And this is going to be a driver of tourism as well. We already attract almost 10 million visitors to our city every single year. Nous accueillons près de 10 millions de visiteurs chaque année, and that's going to continue thanks to the great work from the team at Ottawa Tourism who are represented here today. When a global brand like Hard Rock invests here, it is a real sign of confidence in our economy and in our tourism sector. And let's not overlook as well the philanthropic aspect, the partnerships that the Hard Rock initiates, the community efforts that it gets behind, the contributions it makes to every community that it resides in. So thank you for your generosity and your philanthropy and the impact you have all over the world. This is a great day for the City of Ottawa. It's a huge win for the City of Ottawa. It's an enormous development for the City of Ottawa, and we're extremely grateful to everybody who made it happen. This is a day we're going to look back on with a great deal of pride. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
What an incredible morning. The presentation and the support we feel today is a prime example of what can be accomplished when all involved come together for a common cause. On behalf of the local team, welcome all to our stunning facility. Thank you for shining your light with us here today. First and foremost, to the Seminole Tribe of Florida, represented by Vice Chairwoman Holly Tiger and many others, to Jim, who sends his regrets, John, Jeff, and the entire Hard Rock International team, thank you for believing in us and instilling your unconquered mindset into our lives. Your dedication is literally positively changing lives here in Ottawa and beyond, and we are forever in your debt. We promise to work hard and play hard for you and the tribe. We promise to live the mottos on a daily basis and wear the brand in work and play. For those that don't know, after 23 years in the gaming industry in the province, I ran away with the band in November of 2023. A former colleague and current Hard Rock property president, Gino Iafrate, who I met in Toronto, referred me to Hard Rock, and after several assessments and interviews, and eventually a virtual meeting with Mr. Lucas and our then VP of HR, David Carroll, they flew me to Atlantic City so that I could meet them in person, and that was my first taste for Hard Rock hospitality. They truly made me feel like a rock star. Though it's been a year and a half, I honestly feel like I have found my people. I have no regrets, and I am ridiculously proud to represent the brand at the site and in the community. It is a privilege that I don't and will never take lightly. Projects of this magnitude do not happen without personal sacrifices, and often it's our loved ones that carry extra burden at home so we can focus our attention on the task at hand. I'd like to thank our families and friends, many of whom are in the audience today. We have spent way more time together at work, at the office, than we have at home, and for that, I thank you for your patience and your kindness, and I promise that everyone will be home, spending a little more time at home. That goes for my family, who's also here today. My daughter is with us. My son is probably by FaceTime, because Karen, he's not 19, so I see you, AGCO. And of course, my parents who are here, both in their early 80s, made the trip from the GTA to celebrate with everyone. And this is actually my 7th major casino project, and the first one that I invited them to, because I'm that proud of what we have to offer the City of Ottawa. And thank you for being with me here today. Though my time in the gaming industry has now surpassed 25 years, my time in Ottawa has been short. Despite that, the community has fully embraced me and this project, and there are several folks with us tonight that I'd like to recognize. I don't know why I keep saying tonight. At the end of the day, my days just we're 24/7, right, John? We are always on call. The Honorable Mayor Mark Sutcliffe and our Member of Provincial Parliament, Mr. George DeRuse. I've worked in many cities in the province, and without question, these two are the greatest community advocates I have ever met. I don't think either of them sleep. They both respond to my texts and calls without delay. I try not to abuse that privilege. I can't thank you enough. My sincerest gratitude. Two other men who are pivotal to the function of the city, to this project, and in particular to our opening festivities are Police Chief Eric Stubbs and Fire Chief Paul Hutt. Two of the most humble, hardworking, and gracious men I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with, from Station 32, helping us light up the exterior guitar, to Eric pivoting last week to ensure that the Ottawa Police Mounted Unit is outside to greet our guests. Thank you both. Also with us this morning is the President of Ottawa Tourism, Michael Crockett. I'm not sure where I see you. And the President and CEO of the Canadian Live Music Association, Aaron Benjamin. Two more Ottawan superstars and community advocates. Thank you for your support and vision. And of course, all of the media outlets for the incredible coverage of our project, especially Sam LaPratte, who couldn't be with us. She's in Australia, but for some of our VIPs, they're getting a special basket today. Sam, along with Caroline Phillips, who's here with us today, they have written a book, Ottawa Made. We were happy to purchase 300 of those local books to put into our VIP baskets. Thank you, Rogers TV, Bell Media, and Bell Media was gracious enough to lend us Rosie today. For all of you that don't know, Rosie did say she's the morning show anchor, so she and I actually did a live cut-in this morning, and then she jumped on stage, so we appreciate everybody's participation in making today happen. And my message to all our community champions here today is our intention to be stewards in the community along with you. We will do our part to become part of the fabric of what makes Ottawa a tremendous place to live and work, and as a way to showcase our commitment to the city and to combat the food insecurity crisis that the city is grappling with, I would like to welcome John and Jeff back to the stage with me so that we can present a check to the Ottawa Food Bank, and Rachel Wilson, the CEO, if you wouldn't mind coming up to the stage. As Rachel makes her way to the stage, for those that don't know, 1 in 4 in Ottawa uses the food bank. I first heard that staggering number at the Mayor's Gala earlier this year when Rachel addressed the audience. So, Rachel, on behalf of all of us at Hard Rock, we would like to thank you for your unwavering support of those in need. Please accept this check for $100,000 on behalf of all of us from Hard Rock. That brings me to the only difficult part of this ceremony for me, and I'm going to steal a moment publicly to thank and congratulate Mr. Lucas. He was part of this project since inception, and when I joined the band was Hard Rock's COO. He is the most fair, humble, funny, and warm boss I've ever had. In January, as you've heard, John stepped down from his role as COO, and he has made a tremendous impact on the lives of all of us here at the property and so many others. But we appreciate that he has stayed on to bring this project to fruition. I promise, John, Ottawa will carry the torch for you. And as he mentioned, he doesn't do it alone. Obviously, Michelle, we appreciate all of your patience and your generosity of John's time. And we're happy that together you get to celebrate your retirement. It certainly wasn't lost on me that we were taking so much of John's time. So as a small token of our appreciation and in recognition of Team Lucas, I would like to welcome you both to the stage for a specially designed guitar on behalf of all of us at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Ottawa. And if you could, the audience, if in some way John and Michelle has touched your lives, please shine your light. To our raving fans, thank you all for being here with us today. I hope that you love our facility as much as we do. I hope it is the backdrop for so many special memories that you're going to create for years to come. And I guess I'll let Michael Bublé sum it up best. It's you, you make me sing. Now let's get this party started.
Here we go. Count it down with us. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Somebody make some noise for the Hard Rock of Ottawa!
Mesdames et messieurs, Hard Rock Casino Hotel d'Ottawa.
Wow, just an amazing statement that Ottawa is now home to the next great global destination for entertainment, hospitality, and gaming. The first musical guest performing at Hard Rock Ottawa will be pianist David Foster and former American Idol singer Catherine McPhee. Avril Lavigne is going to perform later this week on Saturday as well, with many other big names making their way to Hard Rock Ottawa later this summer and throughout 2025. Reporting from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Ottawa, I'm Heather Williams.